Hi there, and thank you for clicking. In this video, we're going to be talking about connecting with your audience and why that's important. So, a lot of people who market and advertise, and if you're running a business, you want to sell products and services. But the first thing you forget is that you must build a connection sometimes or do a really great offer. Sometimes you have the really great offer, but you forget to connect with your audience. Connecting with your audience is important, especially if you're trying to sell bigger products, bigger services, bigger tickets. But let's say you're selling a haircut. I'm selling a haircut to you. And of course, I'll say I'm the best. I cut the best. I have the best haircuts. Read my reviews, read this. But I didn't connect with you. It's not hitting the spot. You don't believe me yet. You don't believe the words that are coming out of my mouth. You know why? Because I didn't connect the emotional part. And you got to connect emotionally with your audience. And when I say audience, I mean potential clients, potential business, potential people. And I think connecting is important. And a lot of business people, you might be doing this for a long time and you forget, I have forgot that connection, emotional part. And I always read it to my clients. Make sure you make the emotional connection. Hit emotional drivers along the way. Know how people feel along the steps to buying, purchasing. Are you nervous to leave your barber? I know that trying somebody new can be risky, but we are confident that we will give you a good haircut. Check out our testimonials of clients who've transformed just like you. It relates, it builds connection. So trying to these tactics that create connection with your audience is important because you cannot sell something without the emotional part. So every time you're trying to do something, even with my audience, I try to think of building a connection, emotional connection with you. I'm trying to create content that builds a relationship with you and I, so that maybe I could sell you a product or service down the line, potentially, but in truth, give you something valuable online so that you can get some value from me when you're trying to do something in the world. And I think passing some of my knowledge and experience, I've grown to six figures, and the way I've learned is also like you cannot sell something to people without the emotional side. There's also whether I'm selling a car or I'm selling a laptop or I'm selling something informational, I've always related it to something in their life that it would benefit. And I would take away some of the technical aspects for the emotional aspects. And I think creating the emotional connection between you and another person is important. So if you can create that emotional connection, if you can connect with somebody across a computer, across digitally, and then I know it might seem like difficult at first, but once you start getting practicing at driving in emotion into your videos and building a human connection through some of this content that you make. And so it's like, okay, I make laughable content, I make sad content, I make sad happy content, I make content that instills a certain emotion and I pull that from you, then that's good content. Whether you like it or not, it impulls a certain emotion that and I connect it with you in a certain way. And usually you want to connect with business, you want to create urgency and eager and like you just saw a juicy burger, like, oh my god, I want that. And this person is gonna, I know they're gonna do good work. Look at all their clients, they're so happy, they're so willing to come over there, and I feel like I can trust this person. Once you can build trust through enough videos and through enough content, this person's buying. They're going to be a loyal client because you built trust and authority in their life. And building, in marketing, they call it authority because you built a relationship. So what you say has enough meaning behind it. And we could talk about authority in this channel and why authority is, in marketing terms, it is important. It's like when you say something, it actually, people listen because it's coming from a place of knowledge and understanding. And it takes a while to build authority. There's some people that take years to build that authority because it takes a while to learn the thing that they're learning and implementing and practicing and doing the thing. So this channel, you can see that when I'm trying to connect with you, I'm trying to create these videos, I try to create an emotional connection as well as build up off my knowledge and authority. So when you're doing your marketing and you're trying to connect with your audience, you need to use emotional language. So not only are you using technical language, like, but using emotional drivers to come in there. So emotional drivers, you got to think about that. And if you want the best way to pick up emotional drivers, it's coming from your reviews, it's coming from talking to clients and hearing what they say and listening to what they some of my clients, they say, Mike, like, you've changed my life. Mike, I didn't know what this was really about when I signed up, but now that I work with you, I understand. I had clients being like, it was a risk for me, and understanding that it was a risk, understanding their situation, understanding that like it's a huge leap of faith to give someone a chunk of money that might be your last little bit, but to take that risk because some people's businesses are on the back foot. Something happened in their life, something, in your business, something could be happening to those clients. Maybe they got a really bad haircut. They're afraid to go to a hairstylist. Maybe potentially, maybe they got a really bad color. They don't want anyone to touch their hair. Maybe they got some bad news that they couldn't get a hair treatment to fix something. You don't know. You have no idea. People hear things all day. And I do think like this is the disinformation, misinformation era. So you do hear a lot of stuff online that people say that are relatively, people believe so easily on certain things. They're like wanting to believe it, especially if it's their own friends and family. But sometimes you could be a trusted source and you might not even be related to the person and connect with them, and it might be the driver to success. I've known that I spoke to a lot of specialists on different topics, and I didn't want only one opinion. I looked for multiple opinions online, sometimes to get a better understanding of my situation or whatever it could be. Maybe it was making six figures in my business. I wanted to learn business. I was broke before. I learned from a lot of different owners. It took a lot of mentoring. It took a lot of knowledge in marketing. It took a lot of knowledge in, working with clients, getting people's advice from different places to, compile where I was. So that's for a different video, but the main thing is that you need to connect with your audience. You need to drive emotional drivers, and you need to build some sort of trust and authority online. Okay, I hope that this video helps. Like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.